Hey there, it's Simon Hurley. I'm Ranger's newest signature designer, and I'm here at Scrapbook.com, excited to share a bunch of different new projects and ideas using my product line called Simon Hurley Create. In today's lesson, we're going to be talking about some really creative uses of stencils and some unique ways to use the stencils that we've designed. So let's start off by talking about the Flower Maker stencil. This creates some really awesome flowers for your cards, and it's a unique way to get some cool blended effects and 3D flowers almost. So I'm going to take a piece of stark white cardstock and my stencil, and this has 3 different types of flowers you can create. So each row has 1 flower in it, and then this side has all the leaves you can use, so you can kind of interchange those together to create the flowers. So I'm going to start off with this middle image of the flower since it has the most space in it, and I'm going to go in using bee sting, and I'm just going to add a little bit of ink and use my blending tool to go right around here. So I'll just go in a circular motion, ink blending, right to the edges. And this circular motion here is going to create a nice blended effect where the center is a little bit darker than the outside edges, which I really like. So then I'm going to take my stencil and rotate it so that the other petals will fit right in between the ones that we just created. And then I'm going to take Triple Berry, which is that nice purple color, and I'm going to do the same thing. Just blend outward with this color, and that's going to create a really awesome blend of color there. Now, one thing that I really love about this stencil is I fell in love with the idea of stamp layering, but I didn't love that you can't go in and blend several different colors onto one image. So here I'm going to take some Slippery When Wet, and I'm just going to brighten up the inside of that purple there. So if you use a lighter color, you can add a darker color, or you can throw a little bit of a lighter color in to brighten up some of that darker color there. So once I've done that, I'm going to do the center of the flower, which is right over here. I'm going to place down that first center, and this will be the Slippery When Wet. So I'm going to do that with a lighter hand. And then I'll go in with the second layer of that, and I'm using the detail blending tool here. So this is a really tiny one, and this is going to help get into those smaller areas where you want to really push that ink into there and make sure you get all that detail. Okay, awesome. So once that's done, you get a really awesome flower that you've created there. I just love the look of that. And you can totally mask off if you're creating with the stencil. You can tape off some other flowers if you're not using them to make sure the ink doesn't go into those areas. We just wanted to make sure there was a ton of images you could use on this stencil so you could really have the versatility to create whatever you wanted. Now I'm going to go in with leaves as well. I'm using Overzealous, and I'm just going to go right into the leaves. And to do this, I'm just going to use the edge of my blending tool here and just go right up to the edge of the flower. Now you could totally mask off right around that edge, but I like to just blend right up to it, and it's going to create a nice soft effect there. And then I'm going to use Later Gator, which is the darker green, and one of these detail blending tools. And I'm just going to go into here and blend right along the edge of that leaf. And that's just going to add a little bit of depth and dimension when you're adding leaves and things like that down to your flower. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one, a smaller leaf right next to it. Just add a little bit of that Overzealous right up to the edge, and then I'll take some Later Gator and blend in that darker color on the edge of that leaf there. So you can really add in as many leaves as you want to finish off that flower and create that look that you want. And these are the other 2 flowers you can create with the stencil as well. So I really love the different variety of looks you can get to create that hibiscus and the poppy as well. There's some really awesome flowers you can create with this stencil and really have the opportunity to create with whatever colors you want. Now to clean off the stencil, I'm just going to spray right over top of it, and I'm going to make sure to just dab lightly on the stencil. There's a lot of little delicate pieces, so when you're going in here with a blending tool or anything like that, or even cleaning it up like this, you want to make sure you follow the same line as those little pieces so they don't rip on your stencil, and that way you get a really nice blended flower. Now I'm going to share how to do some stamping with stencils to create a double stenciled background. This is super fun to get a little bit more use out of your stencils and add some color as you're stamping with them. So I'm going to start off by using some woof. This is that gray color, and you might be a little bit confused why we're going to stamp this whole thing in gray. You'll see in just a second here. So I'm going to take this and just ink it up with my ink pad. You can kind of rub the ink pad all over the surface and then add a little bit more color by stamping it down there. And what I'll do is I'm going to take this stencil and I'll add water all over here. Make sure that it's nice and saturated so it's going to stamp really well. Then I'll bring my piece of stark white cardstock in And I'm just going to flip my stencil over and stamp it right over top of the background. When doing this, you want to make sure you give pressure all over because it's going to kind of move that ink color, and make sure that you get it stamped down really nicely. It's going to capture all that detail when you do this. Then I'll lift that stencil off the surface of my cardstock, and you can see that really awesome color we've added to the background. So it's almost like just using a stamp, and you can get that same negative image of your stencil. So instead of just ink blending through, you get a completely different look like this. Now to finish off the double stenciled background, I'm going to take my stencil and line it back up with how we stamped it down. So this is going to make the openings of the stencil go over top of all that white space, and then we can fill that in with color. So I'm just going to make sure it's lined up, get it evenly placed on there, and then I'll go in with my colors. So I'm going to go in with Over the Moon, which is that nice light yellow color, and you could totally tape this stencil down, but I'm just going to hold it in place as I do my coloring. So I'll add this to a couple different places on that stencil here. And then I'm going to go in with Traffic Cone and continue to blend this color right through the stencil. So this is just going to add a nice bright background against that gray background that we created, and it'll create a little bit of contrast there. And then I'll finish this off with a little bit of bee sting to bring a little bit more color into there and fill in some of that white space. And once we lift off our stencil, you get a really awesome colored background with what you've created. And I love that that color fills in those areas. You could totally just stamp the background with the stencil and use lots of colors in that to create a really cool negative image and just leave it like that. Here you can see I've taken some images from the Space Training stamp set. This one is the little boy that I've stamped inside of the astronaut helmet. And then I've added it right on top of my double stenciled background and used the sentiment, "I love you," to the moon and back. So I just love how you can kind of finish off this background with some of the images from my Space Training stamp set. Now another way that I love to use stencils is using texture paste and adding a little bit of color to that texture paste to create a really stunning background. Here I'm going to take the Remember Me color, so that nice dark teal. I'll add that right onto my craft sheet. And then I'm going to take a little bit of that Ranger texture paste in the color Transparent Gloss. So it's going to have a really nice shiny effect to it. I'm just going to take a little bit of that paste and mix it in with that Remember Me color. And once you have this out and mixed, you're not going to want to bring your palette knife back into the texture paste, because that's going to transfer that color into your jar of white texture paste, and you don't want to do that. So I'm just going to take this and mix it around. You can mix it until it's marbled or kind of fully mixed in with that color. It really is up to you. So this creates a really awesome color of texture paste that you can use on your projects. You can really customize it to whatever you're creating. Then I'll take my backsplash stencil with the texture paste that we created, and I'm just going to run this right through that stencil, just creating, again, kind of like a focal point in the center. You don't need to fill in the whole background with the texture paste, just creating a nice grounding place for an image to sit. Then once I lift off that stencil, we've got a really cool textured and colorful background there that we can add an image on, and I'm going to want to quickly clean up my pieces before anything gets that texture paste dried onto the surface. So I'll just go right over top of the stencil here and just wipe off any texture paste quickly before I continue on with my project. So then I'm going to go in with my scissors and just go right around the flower that we have blended, and I'm just going to fussy cut right around the edges. And by doing this, I'm just leaving a little bit of a white border, and I'm going to move the cardstock around as I'm cutting instead of moving my scissors, and it's going to give you a really smooth and clean cut as I'm cutting this out. And leaving a little bit of a white border around it will make it a little bit easier for you to cut out, but also will make it stand out from the background and give it a little bit of a contrasted edge from the color. So once that background that we've created is all dry, I'm just going to take some foam tape and add it right onto the back of the flower image that we've created. And then we can peel right off the backer sheets, and I'm going to add this right down to the card. And that background creates a really awesome grounding place for the flower that we've created. So I really love these two together, and I love that you can color in that texture paste with whatever color you want to create a really great background once you're done. Thanks so much for joining me for today's lesson. I really hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about how to get some awesome use out of your stencils and how to use some of the stencils that we've created to create some really great flowers on your cards. I can't wait to see all of your awesome projects in the gallery. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more from Scrapbook.com, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a message. Happiness is life handmade.